you can see how mixing warm and cold water creates movement.
Hi everybody, happy Wednesday. It's 3:30, that means it's time for science. Hopefully you have all of your ingredients ready. Now we're doing 2 experiments today. Hi Chardonnay. So don't worry if you don't have all the ingredients, you can always watch this back on our YouTube channel and do it another time. But I'm going to show you 2 separate experiments. So I'm going to give you the ingredients list now. So if you don't have them, you can run and grab them, and we're going to do some shout outs today. So if you want to make, hey Seth, Holly and Mia, again from Blockhouse Bay, nice to have you. We're going to talk about you guys in a second. Before, let's just do our ingredients list. If you want to make a rain gauge, you are going to need an empty plastic bottle, a marker pen, and some scissors. So those are the 3 things you'll need for your rain gauge. And if you want to make a rain stick today, you're going to need a long tube from some kitchen roll. Can you see? I can see. And some baking paper. I've just got some scraps of baking paper here. A little bit of foil. People call this tin foil, but it's not made out of tin. It's made of aluminium. So a little bit of food foil. Either tape or elastic bands, depending on what you've got. I've got tape and elastic bands, but you only need 1. You need 2 elastic bands and some things that make a sound. Hi, Evelyn. So I have some rice here. But actually anything hard. I'm ready to go, says Cara. I am good. We're just going to tell everybody what it is in case they're not ready to go. Rice or if you've got some sesame seeds or any seeds left over from yesterday's bird experiment, hi, we can do those too. Okay, so if you want to do the rain stick, remember hi Riley, baking paper, kitchen roll, foil, and some noisy things and some elastic bands. So I'm going to let you run and get those things ready, so that we can all work together. Chardonnay, we'll come back to that question in a second. Before we talk about skin on custard, yesterday, remember we made a bird feeder? Well, we had so many of you make the bird feeder at home with us, and hopefully the birds have been eating it over the past 2 days, but we wanted to share some of our favorites with you. So take a look at some of these pictures, and we can see how amazing their bird feeders are. Who do we have first? Seth, Holly and Mia from Blockhouse Bay. Look at their bird feeder. Not only did they make 3, but they made sure they all had platforms on them so that the birds would have somewhere to stand while they were eating. Now, Seth, Holly and Mira have watched every single episode that we have made of these shows. So thank you so much. And also, well done on your bird feeders. They look amazing. Who else have we got in the pipeline? Kilo made an amazing one, and he's got a bird feeder, a bird holder on the top. Now, Kilo, you may remember yesterday, Raywin was telling us to wait so they could get all their ingredients. Well, we waited for you, Raywin, and now Kilo has this amazing bird feeder. Thank you for sharing it. Looks awesome. Is there anybody else that shared with us? Evelyn, look, this is your one, Evelyn, and Evelyn attached hers to the birdhouse that she made. So now the birds can actually have a snack right where they live, which is really convenient because they don't have to fly very far to go home. So thank you for that. Oscar made a gigantic one out of a really long kitchen roll tube, and again put the little stick on so the birds can actually stand there. Oscar, I think yours looks like a corn on the cob. I really like it. Thank you for doing that. And we've got one more to show you, and that's Felicity and Madison. Look how happy they look. They have amazing bird feeders, and hopefully the birds jumped on the trampoline behind you to be able to get to the bird feeder and have a nice snack. So thank you for sharing all of your photos. Emily, hi Emily, it's so nice to have you. Okay, so Oscar, nice to have you on board. We're going to do a really simple, hey Eve, a simple experiment in Auckland. That means you're locked down with me because we're in Auckland too. Nanogirl's lab is in Auckland. And do you know what? There were some students the other day who walked past Nanogirl's lab and realized that they know where Nanogirl lives. And they were not going to tell their friends, but some of you know the secret place that Nanogirl lives. So I do live in Auckland. My lab is in Auckland. Oh, Lola, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Wow, how old are you, Lola? Let us know how old you are. Okay, here we go. We're going to take our empty plastic bottle. You can take the lid off because you're not going to need the lid for this. However, save the lid because they're always useful. If anybody has made our sailboat, you can make a sailboat out of this bottle lid and a little bit of card. If you haven't done our sailboat, get your teachers to log on to Nanogirl's lab and get them to help you do the sailboat teacher experiment. It's quite fun, so save your lid for that. Next, lakes can make rain. Stella, you are right. Lakes do make rain through something called the water cycle. And the water cycle actually is where the evaporation happens from the lakes up into the sky, and then when it cools back down, it starts to rain. Is it raining where you are today? It's been raining all day here in Auckland. What about where you are? Hey Sam and Samoa, nice to have you. Is it raining where you are? Is it raining? Okay, so we're going to take our bottle. Now you're going to need a grown-up to help you with this one. Briley, Elijah and Portia in Tauranga. Hi from Tauranga. Is it raining in Tauranga today? Because it's been raining all day in Auckland. Get a grown-up to help you. What they're going to do is they're going to cut. Hi Ellie. Oh Ellie, it's so nice to have you. Thank you for your photo yesterday, Ellie. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to cut halfway through your bottle. Now get a grown-up to help you because it's quite hard to do. And scissors are very sharp. So I'm going to cut halfway through my bottle. So I have made a cup shape, and this is what we're going to catch the rain in. Kia ora, Lani, nice to have you with us. Now what I want to do is take the top and I want to cut it so that it fits outside of here. Let me see. I'm going to cut it so it's probably that wide. Brady says hi too. Hi Brady. So I'm just going to cut this off down the middle. Now if you have a very tall bottle, I didn't have a tall bottle because my recycle was picked up yesterday, so I only had this bottle. You probably only need to cut it in half. Ooh, come on scissors. Here they go. It's just gone. I'm just going to need to rescue that. I'll be back. Hold on. It's fallen off the front of my desk. Here we go. Rescued. Okay, I'm going to cut it so that it fits upside down into the other half of the bottle that I made. Hi, Seven Theo in Melbourne. Oh, it's so nice to have you on. How's it going in your lockdown? We're locked down here in Auckland, and I know Victoria's locked down too, so hopefully we can keep you busy with this rain gauge. Is it raining in Melbourne? Okay, so if you have a bottle that isn't as long as mine, you can keep the bottom on that. But because mine was too tall, I've cut mine off. Jimmy, Claudia, and Alexa, hi. So you can see, I think you can see, I'll hold it over here. I've got my cup on the bottom, and then I'm going to put the top in here like this. This is going to be our rain gauge. And all you're going to do is put this outside and collect the rain. But that's not as much fun as figuring out how much rain there is. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure, and we're going to use our marker. 7? Happy birthday. So we're going to use our marker to draw a line on here. You can either use a ruler and maybe put lines for 1 centimeter and 2 centimeter. Hi, Leonie. But what I'm going to do is measure my water in a jug, and I know that this is 2 cups. I'm going to put half a cup in here. I'm going to measure half a cup. Okay, that's 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to do a little bit more. That's half a cup. Sophie and Eva from Auckland, hi. I'm going to draw a line where this mark is, and I'm going to write half a cup. So now I'm going to add in a whole cup. And this is what we're doing. We are measuring 1 whole cup. I'm going to draw a line. Isla and Zach, hi, how are you? Going to draw a line where that is. And now that line is going to show me where my 1 cup is. And then I'm going to add another half a cup in there. And you can use any type of measurement you want. You don't have to use cups. You can use milliliters. You can use pints if you want. Hey, Pele. I'm going to draw another line. That's another half a cup, which makes it 1.5. And I'll do the rest. Am I going to run out of space? Ooh, I might run out of space. Okay, all the way to the top is 2 cups. I'm not going to do that because we're going to pour it everywhere. So, hi Ziva, thank you. Here we go. Now I've measured this out. Now what you need to do is take this outside. So I'm going to put my top-down camera on. And you should be able to see that I now have my lines here where I've measured out 1/2 cup, 1 cup, and 1.5 cup lines. And now what we can do is take this outside and let it measure the rain. So we're going to put the funnel in the top and we're going to leave it outside, and then every day you can come and have a look next to your scale and see how much rain there's been. Now this works way better in the winter than it does in the summer, because in the summer you get lots of heat, and when there's lots of heat, no, I don't have many fizzy bottles either, and I actually found this in somebody else's recycle bin. Don't tell them, because my recycle had gone, because I don't drink fizzy drinks either. So yeah, you can save that for another day. But this is a great way of looking at how much rain is happening. And again, do this in the winter, because there's lots of rain in the winter. And in the summer, it gets so hot that it might actually evaporate before you measure it, and that will give you an inaccurate measurement. Legacy, Midas, and Atta, hi, how are you? But here goes my favorite experiment. This is called a rain stick. Are you ready? So, I am going to bring my things together. So, tube. I have a tube. I have 2 bits of baking paper. Now they just need to be big enough that they're going to fit over the side or the top and the bottom of your tube. So they don't need to be very big. I've got some water here. I'm just going to wipe this up so we don't get too wet. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed doing the catapult planes. I love the catapult planes. No, so fine. Okay, that's good to know. That is very good to know. And either your elastic bands... Oh, Holly's already ahead of us. You did this for school. Holly, have you caught any rain in it yet? Because we've had lots of rain in Blockhouse Bay. So maybe you already have a rain gauge that is full. Okay, so let's start with a... I'm glad your mum doesn't like you drinking sugary drinks. You shouldn't drink sugary drinks. They are not good for you. But see if you can borrow somebody else's bottle out of their recycle bin. Maybe your neighbours have some fizzy drink bottles that you can use. My drink bottle was out of a sugar-free Ribena, which is actually my secret thing that I like to drink sometimes, but it has no sugar in it. Right, here we go. Take some foil. Take a strip of foil. Doesn't need to be very much. My strip is about 1 hand, or maybe 3/4 of a hand in its width, so it doesn't have to be too much. Now what I want you to do is scrunch it, not too tight. Scrunch it up like this. Okay, let's move to my top-down camera and I'll show you the scrunching. You see the scrunchy scrunch? So you don't want to scrunch it so it's so tight like this. You want it to be a little bit scrunched. And then, oh, you got a lot of rain, Holly. I'm so glad your rain meter worked. Well done on your school. Oh, you can make yours out of a milk bottle. If you have a see-through milk bottle, that will work. This won't work if it's a milk bottle that you can't see into. Okay, now we've got this little bit of a scrunch line. I want you to make a bit of a zigzag shape. So I want you to fold it over one way and then fold it over the other way. Fold it over one way and then fold it over the other way. So we're making a zigzag. See that? Ta-da! There's my zigzag shape. How's yours going? Is it going well? Now, when you've got your zigzag ready, I want you to take your tube and I want you to put baking paper over one side. Now, you can either tape this down or I'm going to use a rubber band because it's easier, but you can also tape this down as well. And if you don't have any baking paper, don't worry, you can use normal paper instead. Now, turn it upside down. And I want you to put your zigzag foil into your tube. Squeeze it in all the way. So you should have a tube with some foil. Ollie and Tom at Tor Bay School, hi. All the way up in Tor Bay, up on the North Shore. Is it raining where you guys are? Because it's raining in the city. Okay. So my foil is in there, but my foil on its own is not very exciting. So next you're going to add in your noise makers. Now I have some rice here, but you can use seeds, you can use bits of gritty pebble, hi Juliet, or you can use rice or beads. So I'm going to put these into here. There we go. And now to make sure that they don't fall out, I'm going to put my other sheet of baking paper over the top. Sammy, I hope we get more rain too. The reason why we need more rain in Auckland is because we need to fill our dams, because we've been going through a bit of a drought and there might not be enough water to get us through the summer. Okay, so now you should have baking paper on the top. Again, I have sealed mine with a rubber band or an elastic band, but you can always use tape instead. So I've got the top and I've got the bottom sealed, and then inside here I have my foil and my rice. And remember the zigzag shape that we made? Well, that zigzag shape is going to get the rice and get it to slow down. We did a water cycle last lockdown and it was fun. We used ice cubes sitting on top of a stainless steel dish using the steam as cloud, making the ice to get raindrops. Wow, the raindrops are so cold. Ellie, that is an amazing experiment. I feel like you should have your own show teaching us all how to do that. Maybe one day you can teach me that experiment. That'll be cool. So Ariella and Jaden, welcome. So, and Phoebe in a rainy West Auckland. Phoebe, that means that you should be making your rain gauge and telling us how much rain there is there. We're coming back to that Chardonnay. I will tell you right at the end, why does a skin form on custard? Okay, so here we go. Now this has rice in, some foil, and I want you to, I'm going to hold this up to my microphone so that hopefully you can hear it. Let's put our other camera on so you can see what I'm doing. And I want you to imagine, if it's not raining where you are, obviously in West Auckland it's raining. I don't know if it's raining in Torbay or not. What about Blockhouse Bay? Is it raining there? Well, if you listen to this, I'm going to hold it close to my microphone in the hope that you can hear it. It should sound like rain dropping on the roof. Have a listen. Can you hear it? Hi, Evelyn. And so this is a rain sound maker. Imagine that you're lying at home and there's rain on your roof. So not in South Auckland. Okay, that's good to know. And you should be able to hear the rain. It's sunny in Blockhouse Bay. And it's not really rain, it's just the rice moving down the squiggles of the tin foil. And we can see, and we can hear, it sounds like rain. I don't know if that sound came across very well, but hopefully yours sounds like rain going on a tin roof. So that's how we make a rain stick to make some rain sounds, and a rain gauge so that we can see how much rain we've got. In West Auckland, apparently you're getting lots of rain, but Blockhouse Bay, it's sunny, so this might not be useful for you today. Before we go, Chardonnay wants to know, why does a skin form on my custard? That is a really, really good question. And do you know what, Chardonnay? Why don't you tune in tomorrow and I'll bring some custard and I will show you an experiment. Can you wait till tomorrow? And we can do your experiment live and answer your question with some custard, because that means that I get to eat custard too. And I really like eating custard. And we'll form a skin on the custard so that everybody at home can see what you're talking about. Mila says it's not raining in Pokaranga. Okay, that is good. Well then, you won't need one of these yet. Sounds like hailstone, says Ellie. You are right, it does sound like hailstones. So 2 experiments today. Okay, Chardonnay, we're gonna wait. I'm gonna bring custard just for you tomorrow. We're gonna form some skin and we're gonna talk about what it looks like and why custard has skin. And then we'll eat the custard. That sounds good, hey. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hopefully your day isn't too rainy. You can make your rain stick to make some sounds, and you can capture some rain and let us know how much you get in your rain gauge. I will see you all tomorrow when we've got another exciting day of experiments. Bye.